So then to land the plane here, because we know you got responsibilities, you got things you got to do, and we got one day coming up here in a little bit.
Oh,
yeah. You've been working on a new album.
I have been.
On some new music, and so we'd love to hear kind of what that process has been, both in terms of what's inspired this set of music, but then also like how you've kind of balanced that with, as we were talking about before the podcast, everything else you got going on in life.
Totally. So I will always try to give as much as I can, but I want to do it by kind of segueing away from what we just talked about into it, using some of that other stuff. So as a Polynesian here, but I grew up in the States in a different culture. So it's a weird thing, and I'm sure there are other people out there like that. Like, I'm not the only one that is of a certain race, but at the same time grew up in a different culture. Mm-hmm. So growing up here in America and being a minority or a black man, there are certain things that you go through or you experience. But recognizing more so than the rest of the people around me did that I was also Polynesian, when I am with Polynesian relatives, I find that there is this pursuit of certain things that culture deems valuable, and yet there are things, either because of this they're unaware of them, or because they don't desire them or see the good in them. There are things that people miss out on. So for instance, one thing I'm doing currently is trying to educate all of the people I know in my immediate family, and then we'll branch out from there, on how to start their own business. So a part of what I'm doing with the Chase Foundation that I'm starting in honor of my son Chase is to help people start their own businesses and have ownership. To me, America is about ownership. Any country is made up of land, but I think the early founders had a proper idea with a perverted perspective and pursuit. Land ownership is valuable and important because the country is made up of land. So tangibly, to own a piece of America is to own some of the land. To own a piece of America is to own intellectual property. But in order to have that ownership, you got to know how to do certain things. So I'm literally teaching people how to start their own business. And I say that because I'm working on music now, and I have an EP coming. I have tons of other music that I've worked on. I'm basically working on 3 projects at once, along with video, along with all this other stuff. But in doing the music, I realized, I need to start a LLC because I have a touring entity LLC, but with all this other creative stuff I got going, I need to start another LLC. And this was advice of a wiser, older dude from my church. And I was like, yo, really, I should? And he broke down why. I was like, why don't other people do this? And he was like, I don't know, they're crazy, just moving on. But then when I was talking to my relatives, they were like, we never knew this. And I go, oh, America, just coming here and being excited that you're not where you used to be, or coming here and being excited because of what you believe is available, is all fine and dandy. But exposure, information, and then avenues to achieve those things, that's where my heart has been drawn to. So I'm doing the music, but really the music was an example in this season. Pardon me. This season has been an example of like, I got to start a business. Yo, I'm already doing the paperwork. Let me show my little brother. Yo, let me show my sister. Hey, cuz, you ever thought about doing this? You already do this. And you realize, man, no one's thought about this. They're just out here pursuing passion and no real identity or idea behind what they could be in this country for all that it affords you.